Find the equation of a line given two ordered pairs. To find the equation of a line, you have to know the slope of the line and at least one point on the line, or one ordered pair. If you're not given the slope, you've got to find the slope. Then you will use one of two equations. Okay. Our slope equation to find the slope is second y minus the first y divided by the second x minus the first x. Then you have two options. You can use point slope equation, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, where the y with the subscript of 1 and the x with the subscript of 1 form an ordered pair. So we get those values from our ordered pair. We plug in values from our ordered pair and we plug in our slope. Or we can use y equals mx plus b. If you already know this formula, it keeps you from having to memorize another formula. You put the slope in for m, the x-coordinate in for x, and the y-coordinate in for y, and you find the value of b. Then you just go and you write your equation, putting your m in and putting your b in. So let's look at a problem. Let's say we know that the line goes through the points -4, 7, and 3, -6. The first thing we need to do is find the slope. So we find the slope by subtracting the y-coordinates on top, y2 minus y1, over x2 minus x1. So if I call the -4, 7 the first point, and the 3, -6 the second point, the numerator would have a -6 minus 7, and the denominator would have 3 minus a -4. So I have a -13 in the numerator and a 7 in the denominator. So my slope is -13 over 7. Now I'm going to use the point slope equation. It's called the point slope equation because you're going to plug a point and the slope into it. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now here I'm going to use the slope that I just found for my m, and I can use either of my ordered pairs for the x1 and the y1. So I'll just use the first ordered pair, the -4 and the 7. So the -4 will go in for the x-coordinate, which is the x with the subscript of 1, and the 7 will go in for the y-coordinate, which is the y with the subscript of 1. So that gives me y minus the y-coordinate, which is 7, equals -13/7 times x minus -4. X minus the x-coordinate, which is the -4. Okay. So now, in order to simplify this, I need to distribute the -13/7 through the parentheses. So this is -13/7 times x. Let's see, this will be minus a -4. It's going to make this plus 4. So I'm going to have the -13/7 times the positive 4. -13/7 times 4 over 1. 13 times 4 is 52 over 7. And because a negative times a positive, our product will be negative. So I have y minus 7 equals -13/7 x minus 52 over 7. Now the only thing I need to do now is to get the y by itself by adding 7 to both sides. So to add 7 to both sides means I need a common denominator for 52/7 and 7 over 1. So my common denominator would be 7. So I have negative 52/7, I won't need to change. But this one, in order to get a 7 in the denominator, I've got to multiply by 7 over 7. So this will give me 49/7. So a negative 52 plus 49 will give me 3/7. So it'll be negative 3/7. So I end up with y equals negative 13/7 x minus 3/7. To check yourself, you can plug your ordered pairs in and make sure that they do work in that equation. Now I'm going to use the same points and do it using the slope-intercept equation. My first step will still be to find my slope. So I subtract the y's on top and subtract the x's on bottom. So I'm still going to have my negative 6 minus 7 over 3 minus negative 4. So negative 13 over 7 is still my slope. This time I'm going to use the negative 4/7 with the m equals negative 13/7 in my slope-intercept equation, which is y equals mx plus b. So there I'm going to put my x coordinate in for x, my y coordinate in for y, and my slope for m. This will give me 7 equals negative 13/7 times negative 4 plus b. I'll multiply these together, negative 13 over 7 times negative 4. The same multiplication I did on the other problem. This time it's going to be positive, so I'm going to have positive 52 over 7. So what I need to know here is my b. So to find b, I need to subtract 52/7 from both sides. So that means once again I need a common denominator. 7 over 1 minus 52 over 7. You see that it really is the same step. I still have to get the common denominator. This gives me 49 over 7 minus 52 over 7. Still gives me the negative 3/7. So negative 3/7 is the value for b. So now I just have to remember to go back and write that in my equation. Y equals negative 13/7 x minus 3/7.